Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 561 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. I've got some pretty much a close up of all the DC things that have happened this week that I didn't get to cover. And the first things first, we'll probably have to start off with an old movie, kind of old movie. I mean, I've watched it back when I was a kid in theaters, but I never knew there was actually a Schumacher cut. Batman Forever released the Schumacher cut. This is an article that actually came out on Variety, of all places, to talk about the Schumacher cut a little bit. Now, I know Dave Pena from the Film Junkie, he actually had a video about the Red Book edition. I got to watch the Red Book edition. It's very interesting. I had a fan integrity 101 over live chat who says I should check out a different called the virtual work print or something. Definitely got to check out that as well. But Batman Forever, it's been a while, but I would love to see what Joe Schumacher had in mind. So I'm going to go through this article that came out on Variety, and this is one right here. It says, could Joe Schumacher's darker, longer Batman Forever cut ever get released? Holy cinematic mystery, Batman, of course. Last week, writer Mark Bernardin tweeted that he'd heard from a very good authority that a 170-minute cut of the 1995 superhero blockbuster Batman Forever from the late director Joe Schumacher exists, but that Warner Brothers was unsure if there's any hunger for what was described to me as a much darker, more serious version of the film. Variety has confirmed that the source close to the movie that Schumacher did assemble a longer cut of Batman Forever that was indeed much darker in nature. This version opens with a sequence involving the villain Two-Face escaping from Arkham Asylum and features extended scenes with the Riddler when he invades the Batcave and uses his signature cane as a weapon. The bulk of this version's runtime focuses on the emotional and psychological issues that led Bruce Wayne to decide to become Batman, including a sequence of Wayne facing down a giant human-sized bat. Now, if you watch the Batman Forever Red Book edition, they do include that human-sized bat scene, which is actually pretty damn good. And I'd say that would be pretty awesome to have put it back in Batman Forever. The cut of Batman Forever, well, this talks about the Batman Forever that came out in theaters, but I'll go down here. Schumacher's death in June, however, sparked a renewed appreciation for his unabashed embrace of theatrical extravagance in his Batman movies. Even Batman and Robin has developed a cult of following for its high camp excesses. So could Schumacher's original cut of Batman Forever ever see the light of day? Well, representatives for the studio say there are no discussions about distributing a director's cut of Batman Forever and are not aware footage for an extended version has even survived 25 years later. Even so, at least some of the deleted scenes do appear in DVD and Blu-ray editions of the movie and have made their way to YouTube. Now, then they talk about the Snyder Cut, how the Snyder Cut transpired, how it went through, the success of the Snyder Cut, and the eventual release of the Snyder Cut and Zack Snyder's Justice League that's coming out next year. So, what does this have to do with the release of Schumacher Cut? Well, it sounds kind of much the same in a way, with the exception that it's been quite a long time since that movie came out, and also the director is unfortunately passed away. So why not even more bonus Batman? Fan sites have been floating the idea of Schumacher cut of Batman Forever since at least 2005. And on the most recent episode of the Fat Man Beyond podcast with director Kevin Smith, Bernardin noted that unlike with Justice League, finishing Schumacher's original cut of Batman Forever wouldn't require nearly same level of expensive visual effects work. There are still some clear hurdles. Even if all the old footage is still intact and available, the sound mix, color grading, and score would likely need an update. And of course, Schumacher isn't alive to oversee any of it. So, plus, not to put too fine a point on this, but usually scenes are deleted for a reason. Maybe Schumacher's original cut just isn't that good. Yeah, well, did that stop the Snyder Cut? No. Then again, Schumacher made no secret that his North Star as a blockbuster filmmaker was maximizing the entertainment for the largest number of people possible. Rarefied concerns about cinematic quality be damned. Bernardin's original tweet about an extended cut of Batman Forever included a poll asking whether people would want to see it. Over 75% of respondents said yes. So, I mean, like honestly, even in this article states that because of the whole COVID-19 pandemic shutdown, HBO Max, they're trying to offer a lot of content on their services. Why not, right? Why not? And Joe Schumacher is gone, but at least maybe respect his vision from before and release what you have. Work on it a little bit, like you said, wouldn't require nearly as the same level of expensive visual effects works as what the Snyder cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League would do. So I would totally love to see this, and I've seen the Red Book edition, and I do actually kind of like it. I mean, I enjoy Batman Forever, the way it came out as well, the way it is. But that one got really into the psyche of Bruce Wayne a little bit, glasses withstanding. But like it was a really good movie and a really good way to tell that story. And to the point that the parts where Dick Grayson's family pass away, for me, it hits better in this version. I don't know. It just hits better in the Red Book edition than when you kind of crowded with all this comedy, too much of this comedy in place. So for me, I like that one better, and I would very, very be much interested in Joe Schumacher's darker, longer Batman Forever cut. And I even think that it's way more possibilities that HBO Max is going over, or Warner Media is like, well, theaters aren't opening up anytime soon. What else you got in the vault that we can get our VFX companies working on something, right? So that's fantastic. So but that is a Batman Forever released to Schumacher cut. I fully support it. I want to see it. Let's get that going. A little bit more on the Batman. This is in regards to Robert Pattinson's The Batman, sort of. So the Batman is apparently having a spin-off series on HBO Max. So this is actually coming from The Hollywood Reporter, and it's right here. It's a Heat Vision article by Boris Kitt. The Batman TV spin-off from Matt Reeves' Terrence Winter set at HBO Max. The untitled police drama will be set in the same universe as the forthcoming feature film starring Robert Pattinson. HBO Max and Matt Reeves, the filmmaker behind the new Batman movie, have teamed up to develop a police drama series set in the crime-infested streets of the Cape Crusaders' hometown, Gotham City. Terrence Winter, who created the prohibition crime drama Boardwalk Empire and cut his teeth on The Sopranos, will write and executive produce the series, which is coming with a serious commitment from an HBO Max Batman producer. Dylan Clark and Warner Brothers Television are also involved. The series does not yet have a title, although some have been calling it Gotham Central, harking back to the police procedural comic from writers Ed Brubaker and Greg Rucka and GCPD. Either way, it would deal with police detectives working in the shadow of one of very bat-like vigilante. Here's the cool wrinkle. The show will operate in the same story universe as Reeves' movie The Batman, which stars Robert Pattinson as Batman. It also has Jeffrey Wright in the role of detective or police commissioner James Gordon. HBO Max says the series will be set in the world Reeves is creating for the Batman feature film and will build upon the motion picture's examination of an anatomy of corruption in Gotham City, ultimately launching a new Batman universe across multiple platforms. The series provides an unprecedented opportunity to extend the world established in the movie and further explore the myriad of compelling and complex characters of Gotham. But it is unclear whether Wright and Pattinson would appear in the show. No castings have been made at this early stage, sources say. So to a lot of people, it does indeed sound like a regular, just like Gotham that we saw on Fox, but with the exception that there is a Batman already in place in Matt Reeves' The Batman. So Matt Reeves had to say this. This is an amazing opportunity not only to expand the vision of the world I am creating in the film, but to explore it in the kind of depth and detail that only a long-form format can afford. And getting to work with the incredibly talented Terrence Winter, who has written so insightfully and powerfully about worlds of crime and corruption, is an absolute dream. So the project comes together as Reeves moves his overall television deal from Disney-owned 20th Century Fox Television to Warner Brothers TV, and will be one of the first projects out of that pack. Reeves' film deal remains with Netflix. So yeah, and he talks a little bit about the collaboration between HBO Max, and that Chief Content Officer Kevin Riley said this is a Batman as most audiences have never seen before, and we know fans will want to spend more time in this new world inspired by the film. So they're definitely trying their way to expand this vision, this type of Batman. But the world in itself, it's kind of like what Patty Jenkins wants to do with that Amazon spinoff, right? And that Amazon and another Amazon movie as well. They're expanding the world that's created from an actual film that's coming out, or will be coming out rather. So the police drama in that, I want it to be kind of like how it was Gotham season 1 before it got too heavy-handed into Bruce Wayne territory, right? And I could totally see like a Perry Mason. Like, I haven't watched the series that they talked about here, like Boardwalk Empire. I did do a little bit of Sopranos, but not too much. But if it's anything like Perry Mason or the new one that's out, that type of drama, then I think it would be really really good. I think if they try to steer away from all the villains and heroics, steer away more from it, unlike Gotham, then it could potentially be something really interesting, really delve deep into the lore of Matt Reeves' The Batman, right? But there are some concerns. Justin Kroll reported that no idea if Pats will make man appearance, but what I have learned is that it's set before when the Batman is set, and dive into how Gotham became corrupt, infested with criminals. So even that part, it concerns me, because that sounds like Gotham, where it's like set before Batman comes about, and I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if he means that it's set right before the actual movie The Batman, or set before Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne becomes the Batman. I hope it's just set before the movie and that Batman already exists. I don't that the problem with Gotham and Smallville, even though I enjoy both, in its way, like it's a version of its own universe, is that it relied too much on trying to build up to the legacy, or build up to, you all we're thinking is like, I can't wait for Bruce Wayne to become Batman. I can't wait for Clark Kent to become Superman. Well, if that's already done already, then we're just more invested into the world around what we know as who's already the Batman, who's already Superman and all that jazz. So that's why I think this would actually work better than Gotham Fox. And also it's going to be on HBO Max, so it's probably be rated R. It's not going to give a crap about violence and things and swearing and stuff like that, so we won't have to worry about being too safe. And I think with that set in mind, it can be a lot more compelling than the Fox Gotham show. So yeah, this is not bad. It's a great addendum to to Matt Reeves' The Batman when that comes out, and if that interests a lot of people and people want to see more, this is a great way to go in between the movies, or if this comes before, I don't know, but set in the same world. There's nothing wrong with that. When you want more, they'll get more, and more people subscribe to HBO Max, then that's all better for it. We feed more money to HBO Max, they're going to put more money invested into projects. So that's how the world works around that business level. In any case, so the Batman spinoff series for HBO Max. Okay, let's get into the movies. This one, I'm for many times there was this reveal, but mostly leaks, and I think a lot of channels were being taken down, Twitter accounts and stuff. But this one seems to be, okay to share. I've seen a lot of people share it already. No one's being taken down. It seems to be and an official reveal as well, because it came on a card. But here it is for everybody who wants to know what Cheetah looks like in Wonder Woman 1984. There she is, Kristen Wiig as Barbara Minerva, fully formed. I'm thinking fully formed Cheetah. Now it's kind of, you can't really see it. I don't know if this is one of those where you have to wear a 3D glasses to see her in 3D. Could possibly be, but it does. That looks pretty good. I think it's makeup. I don't know if it's CG. I think they mentioned it was, but I could be wrong. But I'm willing to look at this live action, seeing her how she moves and stuff like that. But it is better than just like her in a suit. This does look like it's an actual transformation, which they've already said it's going to be an actual transformation, and I like it so far. It's from what I see here, I dig it so far. I don't know. What do you guys think about this Cheetah reveal? There's been other toys and stuff as well that show a little bit better, but I can't wait to see her in action. You know, in the next trailer or teaser, probably at DC Fandom, we get to see her moving around and fighting Wonder Woman, and during that time. So that'd be pretty compelling. That'd be pretty awesome to see and pretty epic too. If you know she is one of the villains in Wonder Woman 1984. So looking forward to that. And hopefully this doesn't get taken down, because I really do think that is an actual official reveal. All right. Next thing. A Hollywood science advisor is assisting the Flash. Yeah, this is an interesting article that came out, and this is coming from comicbook.com. Now, I love the headline here, but it says Avengers Endgame advisor helping out on the Flash, because Avengers Endgame did deal with time travel. But when Hollywood wants to make their science sound okay on the big screen, since they know that Neil deGrasse Tyson is eventually going to see their movie, they call one man, Clifford V. Johnson, a British theoretical physicist and professor at the University of Southern California. Johnson has worked on the likes of The Martian, Interstellar, Arrival, plus major Marvel movies like Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Infinity War, and also Endgame. Johnson has apparently lent a hand to Marvel's distinguished competition, as he revealed a new interview with IndieWire. Though it's unclear if he's still consulting on the film, the outlets reveals that Johnson previously worked on a movie with one of its early set of writers. From what we know about the Flash movie, we can likely make a guess about the kind of questions that Johnson was asked regarding the science of the film. It's long been reported that the film will tell a version of the Flashpoint storyline, which sees Ezra Miller's Barry Allen go back in time to stop his mother's murder, resulting in a very different future. So Johnson is no stranger to time travel scenarios with his work on the previous Avengers movie and also Interstellar. But the idea, he says this, the idea was to give them a lot of knowledge about what time travel scenarios they could play with, but then step back and let them choose as writers what they were going to do. I saw a lot of what I gave them on screen. Okay, this is about working on Avengers Endgame. They wanted a time travel heist to be the core of the movie. One of their questions was, what flavor of movie time travel do they use? I was trying to tell them about the real science and the need for internal consistency. Of course, in that Endgame, some of the aspects of time travel didn't quite make sense, especially when it came to like even Captain America. But I digress. They've been kind of asking him about the Flash though. So we know about the Flash. It's news on a fast film is expected to be officially announced at this year's digitally fan DC Fandom. When asked, Muschietti said that this is about Andy Muschietti saying that the Flash is going to be a human drama to it, with the human and feelings, emotion they play in the drama of it. It's going to be fun too, and I remember reporting about this earlier on. But to hear that he is now getting some science help, advising help from a theoretical physicist is interesting and intriguing, meaning they really want to put a lot of effort into making this something, when you think about it, it's scientifically plausible that these things could happen. So I'm looking forward to what they have in mind for the Flash, indeed, for that. So Hollywood science advisor who worked on many films, like I said, Avengers and Interstellar, is helping out with the Flash. All right. Another DC movie, New Gods. We haven't heard much about it. We know it's still in writing, and that really hasn't changed much, to be quite honest. Okay, so this is but people ask me all the time, so I feel the need to continue to update. Some fan ask is, I know this probably isn't anyone's biggest priority right at this moment in time, but are you all still working on that New Gods movie? Tom King reaffirms that they are definitely still working on the script for New Gods. Whether that's green lit or not remains to be seen. But other things have transpired in terms of Ray Porter, right? People keep asking Ray Porter, are you going to be dark side in New Gods? Now he revealed this over at Film Junkies vodka stream, which I attended as well, that if Ava DuVernay is going to pick whoever she wants to pick for New Gods, right? And he said this, I've been reading a lot of comments, and I want to say that while I appreciate a lot of what's been said because people want him to be in New Gods, Ava DuVernay is a brilliant filmmaker and should cast whoever she wants for her New Gods movie. And Ava DuVernay responded to that and says, a gentleman and a true artist, thank you, sir. So in kind of way, it's true. Ava DuVernay is a director. She has to have her own artistic vision as well. And so if she picks someone else as Darkseid, that's her choice. If the studio, greenlights her film, she's going to get to choose. She's going to do everything she needs to do because that's what artistic creative integrities are here for. It doesn't just mean that only Zack Snyder gets to do his stuff, but it means that every single director can do theirs as well. And with the whole idea of the multiverse, I know in some multiverses or in the idea of multiverse, like Darkseid is out of that, and it's like the singular, there's only one Darkseid or something like that. I've heard some people going around talking about that, but it doesn't have to work that way. In terms of general sense of the word of multiverse, general sense meaning that every artistic person can create their own universe if they want to, and without needing to be consistent with another universe, right? So Ava DuVernay could create her New Gods movie, have her own Darkseid, Steppenwolf, have her own designs, and it wouldn't do nothing. It would not affect Zack Snyder's Justice League at all, or vice versa. Ava doesn't have to be worried if her vision is consistent with Zack Snyder's. Zack Snyder doesn't have to worry if his vision is consistent with Ava DuVernay's. They both can have universes that can coexist with each other without even intertwining with each other, unless there's a final crisis along the line down the road. But that frees up each director's vision. So I love that indeed for that, and I truly appreciate that Jim Lee is trying to make that happen, right? But a little bit down the line, we're going to talk about a little bit more about Ray Fisher and his Borg life, and this is something that's been kind of back and forth lately. Jovian Wade had something about, he tweeted out 2 pictures, 2 words, and he says booyah. Now people were crapping on this because he said booyah, and it's something that we revealed that Ray Fisher did not want to say because of Joss Whedon, Jeff Johns, and things like that, and John Berg. And so people were attacking Jovian Wade, saying that he's, with Jeff Johns or something like that. And Ray Fisher had to retweet that. He says, keep doing your thing, Jovian Wade. If anybody out there has a problem with my cybernetic brother from another mother box, do me a favor and unfollow me. If I catch you hating on him, I'm blocking you. BORGLIFE. And then Jovian Wade also retweeted that and thanks Ray Fisher about that. He says he didn't mean it to mean that he is not siding Ray Fisher. He is definitely siding with him. He is supporting the Snyder Cut as before when he tweeted from his the Doom Patrol account, and he just because Booyah was in the animated series and stuff like that. So it is something that it's just already in the lore pretty much of Cyborg, and so he is just characterizing that for Doom Patrol. So but they do support each other, and I like that. I think all cyborgs can exist. Like I said, this is a multiverse. Both cyborgs can exist. But a little bit more on Ray Fisher. Ray Fisher did the BORGLIFE this past Friday, right? And so it was a great event, and everybody did that symbol. I tried to do it. It took me a while to do that hand thing as well. You know, I had to put the 10-second timer and everything. But Borg life is the ability to take the negative situations in your life and turn them into something positive, and so to help others. So he's definitely, supporting that, and I support that as well. I stand with Ray Fisher. It is the opposite. What he's doing there is the opposite of toxic, right? It's Borg life is the opposite of toxic, and I think that is awesome. This is positivity. It's not being toxic. It's being putting positive energy and stuff like that, which is a perfect. That's a perfect symbol. BL Borg life. So. But he's still continuing on to and supporting others as well. He put this out, I believe. Jeff Brewitt and Sophia Crawford, thank you too for standing up and speaking out. Apparently, Joss Whedon, back in the day, I think this was from the Buffy. Buffy. This is claims from a stunt coordinator and double, that she had a relationship. He and these two people had a relationship, and Joss Whedon kind of told them to separate, or they will, he'll he'll kick them out. So, which is very weird and kind of crazy and unprofessional. But I'm going to link this article in the description below. Ray Fisher did put this on Instagram as well, and he said that we can't all be lying, right? So and I'm sure more will come out and speak out against this heinous person, Joss Whedon. And it's funny because San Diego Comic-Con, there is going to be a Zoom chat with Joss Whedon. I'm wondering how that's going to go. Very interested indeed. It's probably going to be very close knit. You can't ask certain questions and things like that. So, but yeah, that's also coming up, down the line as well. Ray Fisher and Borg life. I stand with Ray Fisher. I stand with Borg life. All right. Now, because we're talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League now a little bit in Justice League, additional photography soon for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Is this what I'm seeing? So, because we were talking about Borg life there were some comments in that Borg life Instagram that was kind of compelling, and this is captured by Aaron Vargas 3005. Ray Fisher, he did the whole Borg life is the ability to take the negative comment there. I'm going to turn this off so you can see it a little bit better. Let's see here. I think it zooms in actually. Okay, so it's a B and L. Laugh. Borg life. It's only taking me about 4 years. See you soon, brother. The guy Ray laughs and says that. So David Higgins London. Who is David Higgins London? Although we filmed during the summer autumn of 2018, it's been a long time coming. I can't wait to finally see this movie. So he is in the industry, and he is which is really cool. Additional photography, maybe. David Higgins is a trainer, nutritionist. He was on Wonder Woman 1984. He was probably on Justice League, maybe. But he says, "See you soon, brother." That almost, to me, sounds like it could be that additional photography could be coming soon with Ray Fisher. Possibly, right? Possibly. So that is some interesting things, and just to be almost very coincidental around the same time, our very own Victor Koo finally got his clapperboard, right? So this is, there's no words that express my happiness for this once in a lifetime opportunity to meet Zack and the cast and crew. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Mr. Zack Snyder. I love you all. Road to 2021, Zack Snyder's Justice League. He put an incredible words here. 3 days before my birthday this year, I received the best gift I could ever ask for. The slate was finally in my hands. All right. Many of you guessed it right when I hinted it, and I wanted to keep it secret a little longer for a personal project, but I decided to not make you guys wait any longer. I'm very grateful for all the love and support each and every one of you has shown, and I will forever be grateful to Zack Snyder for this amazing gift. There's no word that can express my happiness for this once in a lifetime opportunity to meet Zack and the cast and crew. So He put out some great pictures, by the way, and damn, is he bulked up, Victor. Good job, man. You look like I'm thinking you are some superhero right there. Just posing with that awesome looking board there in a nice case there. Awesome. I don't know if you can even reveal that you have already shot or will shoot, since you've just probably had this for a while now, but very excited for you if you haven't gone there yet. And I think it's going to happen real soon, if not already happened. So that is awesome to see it progressing along. As you know, Zack Snyder is knee deep in VFX work for Zack Snyder's Justice League. It only makes sense that they're allowed to maybe schedule certain certain shoots right now, additional photography for it. So we'll see. But amazing. That is awesome. Can you believe it? Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming out next year. It's real deal. It's coming. The project's underway. It's been a 4-year delay, and it will be 5 years by the time we actually get to see Zack Snyder's Justice League. But at least we know that we are definitely going to actually get to see Zack Snyder's Justice League. All right, because we're talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League, there is additional upcoming contest that I want to talk about today. The first one is the Zack Snyder's Justice League fan posters account has in a way morphed into a Zack Snyder's Justice League Manhunter art event, announcing the Zack Snyder's Manhunter animated GIF art competition. Recreate Zack's storyboard. Details on the poster, submissions by Friday, July 24th, so that the winners will be selected by ZSJL Fan Posters winners at the artist panel at JusticeCon on Sunday, July 26th. So there are some things that you can read over here in terms of making that GIF for that animated GIF for that art competition. So if you are good at that, if you're definitely an artist, go ahead, do your thing. Check out this. I'll link this link in the description below. Go and participate in this fan run event if you can. And so the winner will be selected by the fan poster artist panel at JusticeCon on Sunday, July 26. Now, there's another contest that is still going on, and I'm going to show you some of the submissions so far. This is and what it is, it's the July, it's due pretty soon, July 17th is the cosplay contest. I will link to you the actual details of how to submit your work, but in order to, I figure I just show you some of the submissions so far, as they've placed it right here. You do not turn it into the Twitter account, you turn it in via email, and there are instructions in the description below when you go and click on that as well. But some amazing stuff that people have put on as well. Once again, this is not just you don't have to just do it now. If you have something in your library, in your phone that you've had before, you can submit that. It doesn't mean you have to do it now. You can submit something that you've done before in the past. Some creative stuff. This is pretty awesome. I didn't see that one. And something that you've done before, you can submit that for the cosplay contest, and there's a lot of submittals right now. So do even this. Look at that. So he is Zack Snyder. He's Zack Snyder working at Justice League. How cool is that? But a lot of stuff in here, including mines. I threw in my Superman engagement poster with my wife there. And other people did theirs as well. The end is nigh, release a Snyder cut. So there are a ton of submittals right now, but they are definitely still looking for more. So if you can, please submit that. I will link the information on how to do that in the description below. It is via email, like I said before. But yeah, definitely check that out. I mean, I am very excited to see your submissions. I mean, I want everybody to, if they can, get involved in it if you can, right? So In fact, one more time, because the deadline is coming up. This is the cosplay contest details right there in front of you. How to submit it, what are the rules, where to email. Again, deadline is July 17th as we get closer and closer and closer to JusticeCon, a great fan run event that we're still announcing. More guest panels, more guest speakers, more panels, and much more things are coming up for that. So very exciting indeed, and I am very proud, very happy, and very tickled to be a part of this JusticeCon as well. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to everybody showing up for it on YouTube. Now, JusticeCon is again streaming worldwide on YouTube for everyone to see. So and it's gonna be live, but it will be there for you to rewatch if you can't make certain times. And I think maybe this week we may have a schedule of all the different panels, so be sure to check out that. There's also Crisis on Infinite Streams, where all the different YouTubers are coming together to talk about JusticeCon and before and after reactions of JusticeCon indeed. So that in itself is amazing as well. So I'm really excited for this. So yeah, that's JusticeCon. That's all the different contests for it. Can't wait for it. Can't wait. This is going to be they're probably going to be a lot more DC news and updates coming up, as well as we get closer to even DC fandom. So it's like I said, it's a fantastic time to be a DC fan. It's an exciting time to be a DCEU fan, and it's just a great moment in time to be a Snyder fan too, as well. So yes. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. I'll see you next time.